G'day guys and welcome to another one of my Digimon ReArise videos. So in typical global fashion, they've thrown in another surprise, I guess we'd call it surprise release schedule banner. And they're releasing Examon Yellow in his own banner. I assume it's his own banner in the next couple of days. Which is completely out of what JP did. So in this video, we'll have a quick chat about what Examon Yellow does, and we'll talk about the Digimon himself and the value of the banner. I do luckily have a full gameplay showcase for Examon Yellow for when I first pulled him on the JP side. So make sure you check that out if you want a little bit more in-depth information. So this guy's stats are pretty bonkers. Like HP is ridiculous. Power is okay for a yellow Digimon. Really high defense and pretty good speed as well. Overall, his stats are amazing, especially that HP stat. His main skill does 290 to all enemies with a 5-turn debuff and an 80% chance to burn all enemies, which is great. 5-turn debuff, fantastic. 80% chance to burn, fantastic as well. And the debuff is applied before the burn as well, so you can get rid of a lot of status resistances with that main skill. His sub-skill is 3 enemies at 370%. It does 60% to minus 60% to enemies' power and minus 60% to enemies' tech, which is good. Defensive utility there, does only hit 3 enemies though. And his passive skill is 50% to all power and tech damage resistances to enemies, minus 50% I should say. And 60% crit rate to yellow allies, plus a 5,000 shield. So a really defensive kit with some offensive utility with that debuff and the crit rate boost, which is good as well. His plugins give block and HP, so another defensive kind of setup for him there. Again, check out my full gameplay showcase for more in-depth. I'm going to give you my thoughts on the actual Digimon. So Examon Yellow in Clash Battle is probably I'm gonna say B+ tier. Like, you're not gonna be using him a lot in Clash Battle. Standalone, he's not a very hard hitter. The only reason you'd use him, I guess, is for that crit boost if you're running a lot of yellow Digimon. Other than that, nothing too crazy there. In the Underworld Dungeon, he's not bad. That shield is fantastic. Minus 50% to power and tech damage resistance is quite good as well. It will make your other Digimon hit a little bit harder. Other than that, not too crazy. I'm going to give him B+ tier for the Underworld, A tier for the Underworld Dungeon. And in PvP, he's actually not too bad. As a defensive-based Digimon with a little bit of offensive utility, he's going to be boosting the rest of your team. I'm going to put him in... he's almost S tier. I'm going to say A+ tier for PvP. Like, just his lack of firepower kind of holds him back, but the defensive utility is really great as well. I'm going to stick with A+. Longevity, I've actually found myself using this guy a lot more recently, especially with the release of Digimon X. So I think... longevity, I'm going to give him A tier. A+ tier. That debuff is always going to be useful. Burn's always going to be useful. Minus power and tech's always going to be useful. Minus power and tech resistance, so dual support is always going to be useful. Crit rate's always going to be useful. Shield's always going to be useful. So everything is useful. It's just not top tier. Should you summon on this banner? I would wait to see what's on the banner. This guy originally released with Millenniumon. I doubt that Millenniumon will be on the banner, and if he's standalone, I would say it's a definite skip. But you'll have to see what else they whack on the banner, but at this point, for me, it's an absolute skip. Let me know down below, will you summon for Examon Yellow? Is he your favorite? Do you love his kit? Let me know down below, I'd love to hear it. And other than that, let's wrap it up there. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one. Bye!